In our final segment of the morning, In Her Shoes, we meet a sister who is a trained teacher, juggles schooling and motherhood and studying. And even more amazingly, this sister is from right here in our own community. Let's take a look at this clip to find out more.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nasima. I'm a mother of three. I'm studying part-time. I'm studying Arabic and also doing my Alamiya, and I'm also trying to educate my son at home.
وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى.
A typical day would involve Hamza coming home from school. Then we would start with his Qur'an memorization. We'd look at the things that he's already memorized. And then after that, Hamza is learning how to read the Qur'an at the moment. And this is to aid him in his hifz so that he can become better at his hifz and actually become independent as well related to this.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hamza. My daddy wanted to teach Hadith to help more about the Quran initiative.
Me and my husband, we try and be role models for our son. So we want Hamza to see the struggles that we're facing in our day-to-day life so that, inshallah, that will help him to become better as well. We went to Egypt to learn Arabic so that we can bring that to our family. During the day, we introduce words to him. We will ask him, what does this mean? Or ask him to do something in Arabic, just so that he can start understanding Arabic, and this will, inshallah, aid him within his day-to-day life. We have some selected programs that he's allowed to watch and some selected cartoons and games that he's allowed to play. Because he's a child, so you know, children do want some form of entertainment. We're pursuing knowledge. We're trying to study the Deen, and he sees this, that how much we're struggling for the sake of knowledge. So we hope that he's taking this on as well, and that he will see how hard you have to struggle to be able to learn the Deen as well. Alhamdulillah, I don't have to work, and I'm blessed that I can stay at home and spend time with my children. But I know there's many mothers out there that have to work because of their circumstances, and you know, may Allah reward them, because it's a very hard job to be a mother, and then on top of that to work as well is very, very difficult. Some advice that I will give them is, you know, whatever time you have, use that with your children. So make a plan of what you want to do with them, you know, what you want to study with them, maybe a hadith that you've learned yourself that you want to take to your child, or some ayat that you want to introduce to them. And I think it's important that wherever we are, even if we're in the Muslim lands, that we have to ensure that our children have that love of Islam and love of the Deen, and that Islamic personality is nurtured wherever you are.
Wow, subhanAllah, what an inspirational sister. And you know what I really kind of noticed in that clip, what really kind of affected me, is how she said she actually uses their struggles to kind of inform the education of their children. It's like, this is an education in itself, you know, nothing comes easy, you have to work at it. And if something, you know, is beneficial for you, it's probably going to be hard work.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that was a really nice, you know, really nice way that she did that. Often we fall into the trap of lamenting over our struggles rather than turning it into a positive. Sister Yasmin, what do you think of
MashaAllah, Sister Nasima is such an inspiration, as you can see.
Yeah.
You know, that's that great saying, if you educate a man, you educate one person, and if you educate a woman, you educate a whole generation. And it's evident from that clip, you know, she's taught her son so much, and she's been, you know, kind of like a backbone for him as a mother, you know, supporting him and making him want to learn more, and as well as doing her own things. And I think it's a great initiative that she's taken upon, you know, studying Alamiya and, you know, other education academics. I think it's great.
That's absolutely true, and I think it's a really good point that you made, actually. Our children are the future of our ummah.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have to kind of be aware of what a huge responsibility that
is. As a mother, right? The emphasis on the mother. And it reminds me of, you know, some of the greatest scholars, you know, classical scholars. Most of them were brought up by their mothers alone. And look how you know, great they became, and they were inspirational to us until this day.
What a testament to what a fantastic job they did, mashallah. Sister Jannat, what did you think of the clip? She's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, she is, mashallah. The sister's demonstrating what we all should be demonstrating in life, and not necessarily even those that have children, but those that don't have children, if they have nephews and nieces, but going beyond ourselves to help those that are coming up behind us, the next generations, and teaching them things that we didn't necessarily have the opportunity to know at a younger age. I think now it's become so much more easier to teach Islam and practice Islam in the times that we live in, mashallah, and she's able to bring her son home from school and balance both the life he has with his schooling in the UK, and then practice Islam and teach him the things, the fundamentals that he needs to know in the dunya.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, one of the things is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they bless us with children so that we can have the opportunity of building a righteous home. Yeah. And then in turn, that is a form of sadaqah jariyah, isn't it, for the parents, even when you're not in the dunya, everything that you've taught them, well then they'll continue to demonstrate while you're gone, and that sadaqah will never end for you as a parent, which is, I think, is really beautiful.
Absolutely, and I think it kind of comes back to the conversation that we had before the break about getting closer to Allah. We learn the knowledge to get closer to Allah, and then we pass it on to our children, who in turn are an amanah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's always investing in that relationship, isn't it? And it's always kind of several tiers of how we can gain this closeness. So it's a wonderful thing, a wonderful opportunity to be able to kind of teach that and pass that knowledge on. Sister Nusrat, what's your favourite part of the clip?
I think my favourite part of the clip is, when he was reading Qur'an and he was like, his dad wants to teach him Hadith, I just felt like, wow, that's so cute as well. But it also shows actually the excuses that some of us put on us and the limitations we put on ourselves, saying, oh, I can't do that. Oh, so-and-so can do that, but that's not for me. I'm not about that life. But really, actually, we are about that life because we can do this. And it shows that if you put effort in, like you said, nothing comes easy. People want to be able to shine, but they don't want the hustle and grind that comes with it. It just shows that when you make an effort for Allah, it does become easier, and it's rewarding and fun as well.
It's absolutely true. And I think, what I really liked as well about this clip, when she was recognising, the sister was recognising that, alhamdulillah, she's blessed to be at home with her children and not working. But, some mothers are working, so it doesn't come quite so easy. But we must remember that there's barakah in our time, so whether we have 1 hour or 6 hours, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we go in it with the correct intention, Allah will put barakah in that 1 hour for us and almost kind of stretch that hour so that we can fit more into it. So never let this be a deterrent. I know, again, lots of, not just mothers, but kind of lots of Muslims say, I don't have the time to do this, I don't have the time to do that. And this is a trap that we must avoid.
Evidently, we do have time. The Sister Nasima is balancing so much, juggling so much, rather.
Particularly with, actually, when I saw the clip, it just reminded me, actually, when I was young, actually, and I obviously just converted to Islam, even learning, one of the people that actually made it easier for me to learn and nurtured me was actually my dad.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so it's not, for example, you always hear the talk of mothers as well, but fathers play a very big role as well. I don't know how I could have done it without my dad.
Oh, that's lovely, mashallah. What a fantastic point to end on. Jazakallah khair for sharing that with us. We have come to the end of today's show, but what a great show it was, alhamdulillah.